All right, we're going to talk about vacuuming your pool. Right now, I have my vacuum laid out. You will have a different vacuum head than me. Obviously, this is a commercial size. And I've reeled out my hose so it's strung out. So when we go to fill it into the pool itself, then I can self-feed it. That means it's going to be self-priming to put in the system. I pulled my basket here. So you see we got a lot of water in this pool. Very high. We had some cyanuric that was getting diluted through, which is in a sock, which is good. I've got a vac plate here, which I'm probably not going to use, but I will show how it is used. And then I will be using an extra skimmer basket, which is going to stop all the debris before it gets to this basket here, or even to the pump. So it's going to be sucked into my bag prior to getting back to the system. It just saves on the system itself. And when you have a new pool cleanup or a spring cleanup like this, you tend to find a lot of debris that's in the bottom of it. So you always want to make sure that you have a little bit of protection so it's not getting all the way back to the pump. So what I need to do now is make sure that my pump settings for suction are enough that they're coming through the shallow end skimmer. So right now I'm running at 2850 on a regular cycle. I want to put it in quick clean mode, so I'm ramping up my speed so I have better suction. So on my pump itself, on the top of it, you will see there's a quick clean setting right here. And this is Hayward's version, but every manufacturer has a quick clean button. So we're going to hit the quick clean. It's going to tell me it's going to have 60 minutes ramping up. We can add time to it. There it goes to 3450. You'll see it right here. 60 minutes. And you can add more time if you need it. You'll feel it when it cuts down after the 60 minutes if it takes you longer. So then I'm coming to the front of my pump, and what I want to do is shut the deep end skimmer off. So now I have skimmer and main drain open. I'm going to cut down the main drain just a little bit. There is a little bit of debris in my basket here. I should probably clean that out first, but we're just going to get started here so you can see what's happening, and I'll come back and do that afterwards. So we got main drain. We'll cut it down just a little. If you go too far, you'll see you'll start to get some cavitation bubbles in the trap itself. We don't want to do too much of that. So we want a little bit sucking from the drain. So I got partially closed off on the main drain, totally open on the shallow end. It's taking the water and pulling it all the way through. We're going to go back to the pool. So from here, we're going to do some sponge feeding. Sorry about that. Prop it up. So I'm hoping you can see this. So we're going to take the vacuum, take the head, and we're going to start putting it into water. And I'm going to hold onto the hose while I'm doing this. This works. Okay. So, not that I like being on camera, but how you doing? All right, so we're going to take the pipe, your vac hose, and we're going to self-feed it into the water itself. This is going to push all the air out of the system. So when we go to put it in the skimmer to pull back to the pump, we won't have as much air and it won't cavitate the pump and have to try and prime itself. I have a 50-foot hose. You've got a pretty big pool, so I'm not sure what size your hose is over there, but so there I have all the water that's in it. So then over here, if you can still see, I'm going to hold my pole and my hose. Sometimes you have to be a little coordinated. Take my skimmer basket and put it back in the skimmer. Now, if I was just using my skimmer basket with a skimmer plate, which you will be doing, I'm going to take my vac hose, stick it on the skimmer plate, and then go into the skimmer itself with that. So what that has done is create a suction port with a basket that will stop any debris from getting back to the pump. It'll stop right here at this basket, unless it's finer debris and can get through this basket itself. This is where you would start vacuuming. Just loosening up my pole a little bit. So then you can see you want to start vacuuming slow and methodical, especially when you have a lot of green going on. If you have dirt in here, you can be fluffing it up if you go too fast. So you want to make sure that you're kind of like cutting the grass. Back and forth, work your way around the pool. The longer you extend your pole, the longer swipes you can get, or passes. And then if you feel like you need to go around a second time, then go ahead and do that. Now, right now I'm vacuuming into the filter. What I'd like to do is vacuum to waste. And you got to find a happy medium to try and get your vacuum to stay put. Oops. Sometimes that requires